Trump's president again. So, with Donald Trump being president, at least one thing that we have is we've already seen what he's done before. But it looks like he has a whole new cast, which is awesome. It's not bad to have new people in, especially the new players that he has, like Elon Musk and Robert Kennedy. So with these new people and also JD Vance, so we already know what he's done before. So he's probably going to do his old routine again. So what that means is maybe most likely open up the pipelines again, um, try to put enough tariffs on the rest of the world. He's going to close up the border and hopefully stop the wars, right? So that's one good thing that we have about Trump is we've already seen what he's done. So most likely you're going to have tax cuts and deregulation, which when he did that last time, it did bump up the economy because it's kind of like a trickle down effect. We'll see if that works first. The America's first trade policy and energy independence. So he states that we have the most oil in the world. I'm not sure about that. I don't think anybody's sure about that, but it's something that we can do, that we can make ourselves independent. We shouldn't go to other countries like the Middle East when we're fighting and warring with them, like the last administration did. So hopefully that does work. The immigration and border security, it definitely needs to stop. Like Trump has promised to build that wall. So we'll see if he builds the wall. Um, with the natural disasters that have been going on, like the Maui wildfire and the hurricane that messed up North Carolina, there wasn't enough money in there because of all the immigration that has been coming through the southern border. We That's been used to help the immigrants, and then when the national disasters happen, there's not enough money there. So that border security and immigration reform, it needs to happen. Like immigration is something that America we actually need right now, but we need to do it the legal way. The foreign policy and national security. So the trade war that we will have till the end of time with China, um, there comes a point where what we are doing is hypocritical as Americans. If we are trying to be like more green and good for the climate and all that, but we buy everything from China and India, they are polluting the world at a crazy pace that we can't stop. Like it doesn't matter how green we are, China is polluting the world. So it doesn't make sense for us to have all these regulations on ourselves when we buy stuff from China who has no regulations. For anybody that's ever been over there or anything, there's no regulations. That's why for us, like in the military, when we go over there, we can do things that there's no way we could do in America. I'll just leave it right there. And same thing with the Middle East. Um, just talking about national security. Um, when Donald Trump was in, he actually had the Abraham Accords, which brought everybody together against our enemies. We'll say that. And now things in the last 4 years, things have been so mixed up that there is no peace over there, and those accords are gone, and it's everyone for himself. Same thing with Russia and Ukraine. I'm not going to speak on the war or anything, but one thing that Trump said and he's looking at is we've been giving them money and there's been no end point, no jumping off point. It's just like continue the war. Here's some more money, and there's no end in sight, and that is not a good thing. And also, yeah, just not a good thing. Healthcare is a really touchy one. Lowering drugs, he lowered drug prices, but Obamacare is something I think is just baked into the cake now. So nothing that we can really do with that, right? Law and order, the tough on crime, Second Amendment, I think those pretty much are locked in. But the tough on crime that people can, they get more like the past 4 years with all the BLM stuff and all of that, like people just aren't getting charged. And if that doesn't happen, then we're just gonna have our culture is gonna be messed up where people know that they can be repeat offenders over and over and over. The social issues and the culture wars, that's what's like there's nothing he can do about it at all. His pro-life stance, he is not pro-life. I don't know why people think that he's pro-life. He's not. There's a reason why he put it down to the states, because he said that every state can make their own decision. I think that's fair. Um, it's better than one way or the other, and there's no way that he's going to take it away or anything like that. That's crazy. The school choice thing is crazy. That you have to be in certain regions to go to different schools, but that's just the way it is. But the social issues, man, it's going to be a rough ride with that. There's going to be a lot of social justice warriors out there that are so mad. Everybody hates Trump. It's just hate Trump, hate Trump. But we'll go over that later. So, make America great again, again. So, revitalize the economy, right? And with everything I said, with the whole fracking, deregulation, the taxes, we'll see what happens. Border security and immigration reform, and then the nationalism, which isn't a bad word. It's not a bad word. Just America first. Try to make things here. Our country doesn't create anything. We should start. We should bring that back. That would be nice. More jobs, and then less war, right? So when you talk about all these things, right? Is this going to be Trump's end? It's going to be an easy time? No, it is not. It's going to be hard, because it doesn't matter everything that's been done to this point. We are looking at a very, very rough time, but it's something that needs to happen. And I like that that Trump is very open with what he says. I think everyone likes that about Trump. He's very open with what he says. Whatever's on his mind, he says. And this is the first time I've ever heard of bringing in um, people like Bobby and Musk. I mean, these people, like they really want to do better for the world. Elon Musk has put his name on the line. I want to say his life on the line, but yeah, his life too. Because if Trump didn't win, they would go after him. Even if though he won, they're still going to go after him. He's going to be enemy number one or two for a very long time. So Trump will make sure that free speech is available, which I think is it's what America is. Go anywhere else, you can't say what you can't say here. So Trump will be a protector of free speech. So we'll at least have that for 4 years. I think his life is going to be on the line. They already tried to assassinate him once. I mean, there's possibilities that can happen again. So that's gonna be built into his campaign, where that's always gonna be on everyone's mind is he going to get shot again? Because he got shot. Doesn't matter what anybody says, he got shot. And will Trump be a good thing for America? We will find out. Was he a good thing the last 4 years when he was in office before? It seemed like it was pretty strong until COVID came around. So this will be the real test, and I will be the first to say it. And Republicans are pretty straight up with it too. He will be judged on both sides pretty hard. So at this point, Trump being in charge, we'll see what happens. But hard times are on the way, and with he has the Senate now and close to having the House. So we'll see how that goes together too, because it seems like he'll have a lot of power once he's in. So he should be able to make a lot of things happen. So everyone is looking to see what he is going to do, and we will see. The first 100 days will be very telling, because once he came in, he said he's going to stop both the wars. We'll see if that happens, and he's going to cut taxes and start cutting all these things out. And with Elon Musk being there to be his efficiency person, wouldn't it be crazy for the first time in American history that we make some bills to get all these dinosaurs out? These people that have been in there for 40 years, like that's corruption. Like there's a reason in the military why we move people around, is so they don't get corrupt, and that power corrupts. You're at one place for too long, and you know everything, you know everyone. There's backdoor deals, there's all kinds of stuff. That is how our government is ran. It's all backdoor deals. Guys have been in for 40 years. Imagine your whole career as being a politician. Like, what the hell? Like, Trump is one of the first presidents that isn't a politician. And is that, it's not a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. He's a real person, a real American that is a president for the first time in a very long time. I think it's a good thing. This corrupt bureaucracy that we have going on is crazy. We have people in the Senate, in the House, who are better day traders and better stockbrokers than most stockbrokers are. That's corruption. And it's wide open for everyone to see, and nobody cares because the president is always the person that has the target on them. The only thing that people can see when it comes to politics is the president. And Trump is the most polarizing one. So while everyone says hate Trump, hate Kamala, hate Joe Biden, hate Obama, hate the Bush, like, they can go ahead and do their dirty work behind them. It's crazy. So it'd be awesome if Elon Musk figures that out and finds out a way to get these people where they're on terms, just like the president is, just like everybody should be. But we'll see. And if RFK can actually fix our food problem, because America is the most obese country in the world by far, by far. And all this nasty stuff that we're pumping in our food, it's like every year, every day, you figure out something new that you've been eating for your whole life that is so bad for you. And we've already spent hundreds of billions of dollars on both of these wars, right? And this is another thing that Trump does well is he makes other countries pay for the wars that they signed on, like agreements for, that they don't do. All of these other countries look at us and like we're monsters because of the policies that we have, because we had to spend most of our money protecting the rest of the world while they don't help out. So of course they have free health care or first time house buying and all this free bullshit that we can't have because we're too busy protecting the rest of the world. So if we didn't have these two wars this year in 2024 and we spent all that money on fixing our food problem, like that could be it right there. And will we do that? I hope so, but I don't see it happening because it's all baked into the cake. It's all corruption. Just think about all the conspiracies out there. That the food companies are in alliance with the pharmaceutical companies, who are in alliance with the insurance companies, and they all know that everything is bad, but it's all already working this way that everyone's getting paid and no one's dying. We're all just fat and have all these diseases that the pharmaceutical companies are making money off of, that the insurance companies are making money off of, and it's just a loop. And it's like we have to knock these things down and make everything healthy again, and make food here and make it real, but it's going to be slower. It could provide a hell of a lot more jobs, and it would be healthier for us. And doing all this in 4 years is not going to happen. So that's America, though. So are we so far gone where one person tries to make everything better? We'll say Trump, and then somebody comes in, wrecks everything like that, brings it back to what we had before, and then happens again and again and again. When we will not change unless we can go and be like, this person had a good point. I don't think there's one time where a president's like, you know what, that was good, unless it's like a peon. So unless it's like a Obama to a Biden or Trump to advance. So we shall see. But these next 4 years, if things are going to get better, now would be the time to start making plans. Make that 4 year plan. To We'll see if Trump, if he stays on message and stays on point, it gets the interest rates down and makes things easier for Americans and brings up the GDP and all that stuff. Maybe starts paying off the deficit, which would be crazy. And then maybe in 4 years you can buy a house again, or in 4 years you can the interest rates will come down and you can you can change your life. So there is hope out there, no matter what. But just know that the hard times are coming. You just got to roll with the punches and have a plan and be prepared. Like, now's the time to hunker down and get everything in order. get your budget straight, get your family together, make sure that you have a job or a plan for your future because Donald Trump is going to be president for the next 4 years, whether you like it or not.